I mean, when you look outside the number 2 seed.
Yeah, this was a club we were excited about a chance to coach, and I think the big part of that was because it might not be our most talented club, in all honesty, but that's okay. The leadership we've got, the group 1 through 35, the amount of mentality we've got. It's been a bunch of guys who've been kind of counted out in years past, kind of all their careers, and have always had success. They've always lived for the adversity moment, to be honest with you. They love being a big moment, but they can handle the tough times as well. And so I think that's what's been kind of the identity for our club, to be excited for this opportunity where, they're not really intimidated by a whole lot. We talk obviously about the venue. I don't think the venue plays a part against us. Obviously, it'll play a part with the Tigers having that home field advantage. That's why everybody's at the end of the year fighting for that national seed, even though they know they're in and they are hosting a regional. They're fighting there on that Sunday to win that conference championship, to get that national seed, because just how much that home field advantage plays a part in it. We've done a good job of building that there in Hammond, and I think the fact that we're going to be in Louisiana is going to be a big help for us too, to have that home field advantage. Feel like obviously when the Lions aren't playing the Tigers, the Lions will be big Tiger fans, and feel like that vice versa as well.
You talked about it a little bit there, but how do you coach and prepare for the big moment that inevitably you'll face in a regional?
I think it's just, in all honesty, it's preparation throughout the entire season. I think it actually started with the last pitch last year. From the, we've kind of coined the phrase of work, don't worry. Don't worry about being in the moment. Just know that you're going to be prepared for the moment when it does come. And if we stay with that mindset of that work, don't worry concepts. When you face a place where you get swept by Houston Baptist in the middle of the year, and you're looking down the barrel of a loaded gun at 10-8 in the conference play, you don't start getting concerned with, well, what if we don't make the tournament? What if we're not as good as what we were supposed to be? And it's just all things that are outside of your control. You got to go back to just working, and then you'll feel confident and prepared when you do get in that moment.
The guys were saying there's still a bit of a sour taste in their mouth after how Rice ended the season with you guys last year. How do you balance using that emotion to get it out of them and also staying level?
Yeah, I think it's been a motivating factor for us all year. I think that's been a big part of what's kind of kept us going in good times and bad, that we're out to prove that we're better than what was shown there at the end of last year. There's more fight in this crew than what was shown at the end of last year, and especially in the senior group. This is a senior group that a lot of these guys came in as true freshmen. My first year as a head guy that I recruited also into our program, but that first year as a head coach is always a fun ride. It was our first regional in 20-something years. Those are guys that came in part of that story, and now this is the back end to finish the story, the last chapter of their career. So I think they're in a perfect place mindset-wise to handle that moment, in all honesty.
Was this morning like dealing with like the Pac-12 being a mess?
Typical.
That's what Carson was saying.
Yeah, typical. No, it's about the third bus trip. It's inevitable. If we have a bus trip, we're leaving town. There's going to be a wreck somewhere in Louisiana, whether it's for the weather or just some crazy drivers. So it's part of it, man. It's not a big deal for us. We still got our practice in. We're still going to eat lunch. We got a few more 2-ball games in before the bus got there. It's about the only difference.
Coach, if you guys do go against LSU, is there any, do you consider that a big rivalry for y'all? As far as the game earlier this year, there was a little bit of a, heated debate, check with the cap and everything. Is that something you guys is there bad blood, or you guys,
No, no, that's just a moment in the game. I don't think there's any bad blood. Obviously, it's a good in-state rivalry, and I think again that goes back to the familiarity. Our guys have played with their guys growing up, or against each other growing up. Those guys have great relationships. They still talk on the phone all the time. And obviously, anytime we don't play each other, I think a lot of those guys are rooting, and vice versa. We're obviously rooting for them, and they're rooting for us. Just because when you're a teammate, you play on the same team, you go through that same 6 a.m. workouts, and you do all the condition, and you got coach yelling and screaming at you, and you kind of want to give them the rolled eyes a little bit. They all do that together. You never lose that bond no matter what, no matter if you're a different place or in your life in a different place after your baseball career. So I think those relationships are good, and I think it's a good, fun rivalry because you're looking at two sides that love to compete. And that's what this is all about. This is about student athletes getting out there, having fun, enjoying the moment, competing with smiles on their face, and giving the fans obviously what they want as well.
Coach, if you guys want to get out of this regional, what's the strength that you're going to have to hone in on over this weekend for your team?
There's no question we got to play our best baseball in every aspect of the game. We can't just come in here and swing the bat. We can't come in here and just pitch it. We can't come in here and just play defense. We've got to be on our A game on all facets of the game because you're looking at two of the hottest teams in college baseball right now. I think Rice has won 18 of their last 22. LSU obviously riding their 11 or 12 game winning streak, obviously coming off the SEC title there in the tournament. So it's no doubt we've got to play our best baseball. Everybody's got to raise their game up a level, but I think they're ready for the moment, and that's been our MO. When we've been in that moment to raise our game, they've done it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.